Whether it's extreme groups on the left side, maybe Antifa, sometimes burning down cities and using violence to get their message across, or organizations like the Proud Boys, many of whom are facing criminal charges now for the riot at the Capitol January 6th.
Baseless conspiracy theories in social media are leading to more people being radicalized, and while experts say the percentage is small, estimating only about 7 to 8% on either side, they also say that they happen to be the most vocal.
CBS 21's Nick Volterro spoke with experts along with those who have traveled down that rabbit hole.
Jasmine, Joel D., it simply boils down to scapegoating. Many fear-mongering tactics previously confined to the fringes are now being used as political talking points. But this type of messaging isn't something new, and those familiar with it are terrified watching it creep its way into mainstream political discourse.
It was my coworker who told me about these prophets, and so I went on YouTube.
Unproven accusations of voter fraud by former President Trump pushed Cindy Powell to her breaking point.
My spirit was astonished, and I was starting to have panic attacks.
Cindy was banned from the most popular social media sites for posting misinformation over the COVID vaccine.
I've been in Facebook jail 30 times.
This led her down the QAnon rabbit hole, where she found others sharing similar beliefs.
It's all connected. The politics, the shots, the one world order.
That's how she and many others we spoke with ended up at this reawakening tour in Lancaster County, where conspiracy theories are commonplace.
Everything that you hear in the media is not true.
We're all pro-life. We don't want babies sacrificed.
Many QAnon adherents joined the movement with the belief they were protecting children from a cabal of global elitists.
That was the genius of Save the Kids, right? Is who can argue with being against pedophilia? But that's not really what was happening, right? They were just actually sharing conspiracy theories and lies.
After seeing several loved ones fall prey to these lies, Amanda Moore went undercover at events like these to learn what's driving this crusade.
They would go to one little rally to save the children, and they would be around people who didn't care about masks, who didn't care about COVID, and they felt like they were in normal world again.
For Amanda, this was eye-opening.
So even at these events where people are already a little bit brainwashed, they're working to make sure that, you're ready for the next step.
But this rhetoric and strategy struck familiar chords for Fred Cook.
If you say it's for the children, it's pretty easy to get things passed and for people to believe in it.
Cook's a former white nationalist leader who left the movement in 2013 after 30 years.
And it's constantly looking for boogeymen. You realize there really is no brotherhood, there is no cohesion or friendship.
And he's noticing the very same white supremacist ideologies he preached rebranded into more modern form.
You were fringe when you were, back when I was in the movement, and now that's mainstream, and that's terrifying.
Whether it's Antifa soldiers burning down cities in Portland or neo-Nazis openly marching in Charlottesville, Virginia, fringe groups have become more visible.
It's really appealing, especially when you're a kid with no direction. They give you that. You now have this larger-than-life perceived enemy that you and only your friends know about.
Although these new groups may create and promote original conspiracies, the core messages and goals are still the same. Spread fear and endorse violence as a legitimate political tool.
Everything is keeping people in a perpetual state of terror.
Then finding vulnerable groups to vilify and demonize.
They're always grasping at the next boogeyman to keep you in fear, to keep you looking for that hero that only they can provide.
Now Cook dedicates his time helping others escape extremist groups.
The number one part is to sort of see the world through a broader spectrum than the bubble that you're put in.
However, with social media giving extremists a platform, it's an uphill battle.
Freedom of speech is a great thing, however, freedom of hate speech is not a good thing.
And he understands the only way to combat extremism, left or right, is eradicating the fear that originally led to the indoctrination.
Listen to your own inner self. You know what's wrong, you know what's right.
Cook helped dozens escape from hate groups and says he understands the root cause. He says fear is at the heart of all extremism, not hatred. And it's hatred that is born out of that fear. Reporting in Harrisburg, Nick Volterro, CBS 21 News.